Mike Hughes here today, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about ghost chili peppers and ghost chili pepper plants. As you can see, I've got several here to look at, and these are in various stages of production. Starting off with the basics, we have our seeds. You can see that the seeds are quite small. I've got them in different bags because once the peppers grow, they will be in different colors, and if you like to have different colors for your plants, the chili peppers, then you might want to keep those seeds separate once they're reach adulthood, and I'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. The basics, once you put the seeds in, it takes a couple days of water in a towel to help germinate the seeds, and then you'll start to get little plants that'll take several weeks to get about 4 inches tall. Once they reach about 12 to 18 inches, they're going to Y pattern out into long leaves, and the vines on these ghost chili plants will get almost 4 feet to 5 feet wide, and they cover a whole windowsill if you let them. Some of these, when they got to a bigger size, and once they produced ghost chili peppers, I went ahead and cut them back down again, and now they're producing once again. Now the chili peppers themselves, when they are on the plant, as you can see that they're going to be a greenish color. And once they've gone through the green phase, they may get a little bit of orange, like this one right here, if you can see that. Here we go. Okay, you can see that it's kind of a little orangish there, and then after it gets orange, it'll turn red. Some of them will remain orange, some of them will remain yellow as they grow. First phase usually being green, though. So they come in at multiple colors, and it doesn't seem to affect their potency or how hot the actual chilies get. And like I said before, some of them, they grow at different rates. They're really a new species. They're unregulated as far as their growth rate goes. This particular plant took 2 growth seasons to get this 12 inches tall, where these others were up to 5 feet tall and they were all planted at the same time, and those I had to cut back. And once they do get about, say 3 feet tall or so, you'll notice that even on this little one, we're starting to have some flowers. And the flower buds themselves, if you can look at the different plants, once they're there, you think that you need to have a bee or something to pollinate them, but you don't really. What I like to do is I just take a Q-tip and I will touch the ends of the flowers and simulate being a bee, pollinating the flowers, then going to the next little blossom and touching that, and then the next blossom and touching that. And if you repeat this over and over again, going to the next blossom and touching all of them, you will be able to get them to germinate and produce little ghost chili peppers. Now some of the plants will have small tiny chili peppers, and they're little teeny ones. You can barely see them on the vine, and others will be very long, almost 2 inches long, which is a good size for a ghost chili pepper plant. And as you can see, they like to spindle out from all sides. Once they do get that red color and they're as big as they're going to get, if you leave them on the vine too long, they will get mushy. So before they do turn a little mushy or whatever, like these ones right now, they're getting the wrinkles and they're getting mushy, so they're ready to be taken off the vine. What I do is I'll wear gloves when I do that process, and I'll cut them from the vine, and then what I like to do is just cut them in half and lay them on a dish. Now this is Las Vegas, so it takes about a week to dry. If you're to do this in Oregon, you might want to use one of those dryers to get them to dry, or just wait 6 months, whichever comes first. But so that's how you get them to dry. And then as far as the plants themselves go, if it's too shallow a pot, I just use some ice cream containers here, and those you have to water every couple of days, otherwise they'll dry out because it's just not enough soil. But if you use a large planter box and you have deeper soil, say 8 inches by 8 inches by however feet long, then you'll have, the deeper it is, the more the moisture will retain in the soil, and the less often you'll have to replenish the water on them. Oh, I think I even have a yellow one in there, you can see in the background. But so that's the different phases and what they will be like. And then I'm going to go in the other room, and I'm going to show you real quickly some tall ones, and you can see the difference for just the different plants. And the deeper, the bigger the soil amount of soil is, it seems to help their growth rate tremendously. Although some, like I said, they'll be 4 inches tall for multiple months before they even ever get to the size where they're going to produce fruits. And like I've been through 2 cycles so far, they still keep producing. And chances are that I don't know how long they're going to take to keep producing, but they're still producing ghost chili peppers. I'm going to go off, and then I'm going to go on into the other room and show you that variety as well. Okay, in this room I've got some plants that are in little deeper pots, about 8 inches by 8 inches, and that helps keep the soil a little bit more moist. And as you can see, some of these I cut back real far, and they're already sprouting again, even though they're only 1 foot tall. I don't know how many ghost chili peppers I'll get because the branches are so short. But still, and on the taller branches, you're going to get, well, the longer the branches, it seems to be, the more different ghost chili peppers you're going to get at the ends. And then they just keep popping up on their own. Every once in a while, you'll see some more where you didn't, or at least expected it. But they'll grow in little groups of a couple and a little stalk. I've got, like you saw in the other room. And but that's the basics on these things. Just remember to wear gloves at all times when you're touching the chili peppers. You'll burn your eyes, you'll burn your contacts. If they touch your contacts, you won't be able to wear them for a week.
At least they don't make fires.
Kayla? So that's the basic care of the ghost chili peppers. And yeah, you can see them here. They're growing together on little clumps next to each other. And basically, trim them back if they get too big, because they'll just keep growing out like vines, like ivy vines if you let them. I don't know how long they could possibly get, but they still keep producing the little ghost chili peppers. And then maybe out of that batch, the bigger ghost chili peppers, take the seeds from those, like I did with this red bag. For the next time I want to have ghost chili peppers, and those will be the ones that I use. And maybe each planting cycle, the ghost chili peppers will get a little bit bigger. Anyway, thank you, and I hope that you enjoy this, and good luck with your chili peppers. Now, just a couple other comments about the seeds. When you do put them in a pot, give them a couple inches, maybe up to 3 or 4 inches apart, so they will have a little room to grow and spread their branches out before you have to repot them and put one in each single pot. And once they do get to the size where they have some good ghost chili peppers going on, well, once again, cut those up, let them dry, either naturally or with one of those fancy dryers if you must. You can then take them once they're dry, which like I said, here in Vegas only takes about a week or 2. You take them and you can chop them up, and then you can put them in a grinder. Get a little salt grinder or something. It doesn't have to be a $15 grinder, but it could be a $2.99 grinder that it was formerly a salt shaker. And put them in there, and then grind them a little bit, and put those finely over your food. Now, if you do that, keep in mind that ghost chili peppers, they will burn your tongue for about 4 minutes. So if you put a lot on, you're going to notice it for quite a while. Whereas if you use something like Dave's Insanity sauce, which is one of the hottest in the world, it is one of the hottest, but you know, after 2 minutes, or drinking milk or some other liquid will help get that flavor, that heat flavor, off of your tongue. But with these ghost chili peppers, even after you drink milk, beer, whatever you think of, it's still, you're going to have a lag time where your tongue is still burning if you put too much on. So be careful with what you use and how much you use. You'll find out how much you require as you go along, and as you build up a tolerance for it. Anyway, I think that about rounds it up. Good luck with your chili peppers.